My name is Chris, and I'm a family member of someone who has a mental health diagnosis. Earlier it was mentioned about other police departments, and for example, Houston Chief Charles McClellan and their implementation of tasers. One of the things that was in one of the documents from one of their forums on tasers was the police chief said that we learned quite a bit as we went along. For example, that younger officers are more likely to use electronic control weapons because they aren't as experienced in de-escalation, while older officers use verbal commands more and the device less. And to me, that really highlights the importance of CIT training. It is so key in the mental health community, and I believe the Police Commission, when it adopted CIT in the Resolution 11-18, it made a condition that there was going to be several items that would be studied to kind of evaluate the program and metrics. And I think there's like 8 items, and I think those are very important. And it can give the Police Commission, the Police Department, feedback on how well that program is working. CIT is not just training, it's a program. It requires communication, it requires dispatching officers, the right officers in the right amount, and it's very important that that part be included in CIT training. I'm very reluctant to see tasers used in San Francisco, and it's unclear to me whether this resolution as it's being proposed to the Commission is coming forward as an action that's going to include conditions, or whether it's going to be whether or not the Police Commission is going to adopt tasers and then have a second step in terms of defining conditions and stuff. So I'm kind of concerned about that there won't be another opportunity to discuss conditions, but I think some of the conditions that are key to this are that there be accountability so that this program is well implemented. The concern is, of course, there'll be different levels of officers, different levels of training, and everybody needs to adopt a really good program. And some of those conditions, it was mentioned actually at a mental health board meeting, was the condition of cameras, because other police departments, even in the Bay Area, have used cameras. And you can get those cameras on the devices, so it would make sense to me that the Commission, if they are going to take on tasers, that they would get the models with cameras. Also, I believe that the Police Department or the Commission has considered body cameras. It would make sense to me that this would be the time to say, well, before we use tasers, we're going to get that program in place. We're going to have those body cameras in place. It just adds accountability. It also adds protection for everyone in understanding what's taking place when a device is used. And other police departments also have strong programs for downloading the data from the tasers, so that that's all documented. It can then be researched, and then everything can be out in the open. And so the other thing I wanted to say is, I really appreciate the police department. They have saved my loved one's life. I would say that I'm a user of the police department. I really appreciate them, and I thank them. And I'm just concerned that, because I know how some people can react under a taser situation. They don't react like someone else might react. I mean, obviously compliance is usually in everyone's best interest, but a lot of people just don't have that capability. And so when you introduce a taser, there's a big concern that you're going to get the opposite reaction, that you can get so much by getting the CIT training, a good program in place. You can just go so far with that. My personal experience is it's amazing what that can do. So